Growing older brings many gifts: time to reflect, room to savor small joys, a clearer sense of what matters. Yet the later years also bring truths that are often hard to name out loud. If you are 80 or older, the quiet can sometimes feel heavy. People pass on, friends move away, families grow busy, and the world itself changes faster than any of us imagined. Loneliness is not a character flaw or a weakness. It is a human experience with clear causes and real consequences. This text is written for you, an honest, gentle companion that speaks plainly about 6 realities many seniors face after 80 and offers practical, dignified ways to respond. My aim is to inform without frightening you, to empower without minimizing grief, and to give tools you can use tonight, tomorrow, and in the months ahead. You are not alone in this, and understanding these realities can help you make choices that protect your well-being and preserve the joy that still exists in your days. The first reality is that social circles shrink and that change is painful. Friends who were once at every gathering may pass away or move into care. Older neighbors may become less mobile, and family members, busy with jobs, grandchildren, or their own health, may not be available as often as you had hoped. This narrowing of companionship is not your fault. It is a natural, if difficult, part of aging. The loss can arrive slowly or all at once. One by one, calls fade, the mailbox empties of familiar handwriting, the benches in the park look lonelier. To meet this reality, it helps to be intentional about connection. Make a short list of the people you would like to hear from or visit. Old friends, cousins, former colleagues, neighbors. Set a gentle rhythm, call one person each day, or write a short note each week. Small, steady habits matter. If reaching out feels too big, start by sending a text or a photo. Share a memory, ask a simple question about their week, or tell someone you were thinking of them. These tiny bridges often lead to deeper conversations and unexpected visits. Alongside personal outreach, widen the net in ways that respect your interests and energy. Local libraries, senior centers, and community churches often host small groups. A knitting circle, a weekly coffee hour, a walking club, or a simple book discussion. These spaces are not about performance, they are about presence. Volunteer opportunities can also be a quiet way to meet people while offering a sense of purpose. Helping at a food pantry, mentoring a student, or reading to children at the library. Modern technology, too, can be a gentle ally. If the idea of screens feels foreign, ask a patient friend, grandchild, or library volunteer to show you how to make a simple video call, send a photo, or join a group chat. Seeing a familiar face on a screen can warm the heart on days when travel is too tiring. The key is to combine reach-out habits with new openings that reflect who you are, your tastes, your pace, and the rhythms that suit your energy. The second reality is that mobility and health changes can shrink the world overnight. A fall, a new diagnosis, worsening eyesight, or increasing pain can move activities that once felt effortless into the realm of struggle. When mobility changes, the most immediate effect is often isolation. Trips to the store, spontaneous coffee chats, and long walks become harder. This can leave you feeling cut off and frustrated. The first step when this reality arrives is to treat it with both acceptance and agency. Acceptance means acknowledging the limit without surrendering your life to it. Agency means finding the tools to adapt. Talk openly with your healthcare provider about what is possible and about services that exist to help. Many communities offer transportation services specifically for seniors. Drivers who will take you to appointments, to the market, or even on social outings. Home health aides, visiting nurses, and community volunteers can provide practical ways to remain engaged with life. Home adjustments often ease the shock of mobility loss. Simple changes like installing grab bars in the bathroom, improving lighting in hallways, removing loose rugs, and arranging frequently used items within easy reach reduce daily friction and improve safety. If stairs are a barrier, consider whether rearranging your living space to create a comfortable single-floor routine is possible. Physical therapy or gentle exercise programs designed for older adults often improve balance and confidence. Even short, guided sessions of chair exercises can make a real difference. Organized transport and home support can restore the ability to attend a weekly group, visit a friend, or join a class. You do not have to accept isolation because your body has changed. You can adapt your environment and use community resources to keep your world as rich as possible. The third reality is emotional complexity. Grief, regret, and the loneliness that knowledge can bring. Aging often means carrying a heavy ledger of loss. Partners, siblings, cherished friends, places that no longer exist as they did. Even when life is rich in other ways, there may be mornings when grief arrives unexpectedly, or evenings when longings for what once was feel sharp. This internal landscape is not a sign of failure. It's a human response to real loss. One way to navigate this reality is through ritual and story. Preserve memories by telling them aloud. Record an oral history. Write letters to loved ones, or compile a simple memory book. These practices honor your experiences and create a living archive for family members who will be grateful in ways they may not be able to explain. Another helpful approach is to name and share your feelings with someone you trust, a friend, a family member, a faith leader, or a counselor. Many seniors find that joining a grief support group reduces the sense of being alone with sorrow. Hearing others' stories often makes your own feelings feel valid and shared. Mindfulness practices, simple breathing exercises, short guided meditations, or gentle walks where you focus on the senses also support emotional regulation. These practices do not remove the pain of loss, but they help you live with it, notice moments of joy amidst it, and prevent sorrow from becoming a chronic, paralyzing state. If sadness deepens into persistent hopelessness or interferes with your ability to eat, sleep, or manage daily tasks, that could be depression, and it's important to seek professional help. Depression is treatable, and reaching out to a doctor, counselor, or trusted community resource is a courageous and wise step. You deserve support. Many communities offer telehealth counseling and sliding scale mental health services targeted to seniors, and these options can be accessed from home. The fourth reality is that family dynamics change, and that can be both painful and unpredictable. Adult children are often juggling careers, children of their own, and complicated logistics. Some adult children live nearby and are deeply involved. Others live across the country or overseas. The result can be uneven expectations and feelings of disappointment on both sides. When your child seems distant, your first instinct may be to withdraw or to demand attention. Neither usually helps. Instead, clarity and gentle communication are more effective. Express your needs plainly. Ask for specific things. One phone call a week, help with grocery shopping every other Thursday, or a shared Sunday lunch once a month, rather than general complaints. People respond better to concrete requests than vague accusations. It is also worth examining expectations. Your children's lives are not necessarily a reflection of their love for you. They may be constrained by work, finances, or their own caregiving roles. At the same time, boundaries are important. If a child's behavior becomes demeaning or dismissive, it is appropriate to state how that treatment affects you and to set limits on what you will accept. Choose the place and tone carefully. A calm conversation with specific examples and a request for a different behavior often accomplishes more than heated exchanges. Where possible, enlist a mediator, another family member, a trusted clergy person, or a professional, if the relationship is severely strained. Family counseling or facilitated conversations can rebuild understanding when both parties are willing. The fifth reality is that practical needs, finances, safety, and future planning can create anxiety and isolation if left unattended. Worry about money, the fear of running out, or uncertainty about legal matters all eat at peace of mind. Preparing doesn't mean giving up independence. It means making decisions now that protect your choices later. Gather important documents, wills, powers of attorney, healthcare directives, insurance papers, and store them in a safe, accessible place. Make a simple list of bank contacts, doctors, and trusted neighbors, and give a copy to someone you trust. If you are uncomfortable managing finances, consider a trusted financial advisor with experience working with seniors, a bank's elder services, or a family member who can help on a formal, accountable basis. Scams targeting seniors are common, so educate yourself about common fraud tactics and consider safeguards. A trusted financial monitor, direct deposit for benefits, and clear rules about sharing personal information. Preparing for future care decisions eases emotional burden on everyone. Think through the types of support you might accept: home care, assisted living, or medical care, and have candid discussions with family and healthcare providers. If you have a preference for where you'd like to live as needs change, share that clearly in writing. Advance directives and medical power of attorney ensure your healthcare wishes are honored. If these steps feel daunting, ask for help from a social worker, an elder law attorney, or a nonprofit organization specializing in senior services. These professionals can guide you through forms and options with respect for your values and dignity. Taking practical steps does not diminish your spirit, it protects your freedom to choose. The sixth reality is that loneliness affects health in deep ways, but it also responds to practical, manageable interventions. Loneliness increases stress hormones, raises the risk of physical decline, and can even weaken immune response. But the story is not one of fate, it is an opportunity for action. The antidote to loneliness is both relational and structural. Relationships that matter, and systems that support connection. On the relational side, deepen small circles. Quality matters more than quantity. A loving chat with a neighbor, a weekly call from a friend, or a committed volunteering role can reshape your emotional life. Mutual activities, joining a choir, starting or knitting groups, taking classes at a community college, create repeated contact and shared meaning, which are prime ingredients of connection. Consider starting a simple, regular ritual with someone. Shared tea every Tuesday over a video call, an exchange of postcards with a pen pal, or a communal Sunday crossword with family over the phone. Rituals create rhythm and reassurance in a day that might otherwise feel empty. On the structural side, use community resources. Many cities have programs specifically for older adults. Transportation, meal delivery, wellness classes, and social coordinators who can introduce you to groups. Libraries often host seniors events and will happily teach basic computer skills. Faith communities frequently provide outreach programs and social networks. Local volunteer centers can match you with meaningful roles that fit your abilities. Don't underestimate intergenerational opportunities. Schools, community gardens, and mentoring programs need the steady wisdom you carry and, in turn, offer you renewed purpose and fresh relationships. Technology, when used on your terms, multiplies options. Simple devices and apps allow for video calls, shared photo albums, telemedicine, audiobook clubs, and hobby forums. If using technology feels intimidating, find patient help at your library, faith center, or through a family member. Many younger volunteers love teaching technology basics to seniors. Ask for a slow, repeatable lesson. Once you feel comfortable, a short video call can brighten a day. A community message board can connect you to local events, and an online class can spark new friendships. Technology is a tool. Use it when it helps, and put it aside when it doesn't. Beyond practical tips, cultivate inner practices that reduce the sting of loneliness. Gratitude lists, brief daily walks, morning stretches, creative practices like journaling or painting and tending a small plant or pot of herbs all foster a sense of agency and presence. Mindfulness practice, even 5 minutes a day, reduces anxiety and increases emotional resilience. If mobility allows, light exercise, walking, tai chi, gentle chair yoga, improves mood and social opportunity. Pets often provide consistent affection. If you can care for an animal, a pet can be a steady companion. If pet care is too large a responsibility, many communities have pet visitation programs where volunteers bring animals to senior centers. There are small, concrete things you can do tonight and every week. Call one person you love. Step outside for a few minutes of fresh air. Schedule a visit with a neighbor. Sign up for a local class or volunteer shift. Bring a small homemade treat to someone who lives alone. Or make an appointment with your doctor to discuss any worries you have about memory, sleep, or mood. Keep a simple notebook of contacts and small plans. Write down 3 people to call each week, 3 places to explore each month, and a single practical task to complete every 2 weeks. For instance, check smoke detector batteries or organize a file. Small lists become gentle scaffolding that support larger shifts over time. If you are a family member watching or listening, know that simple, consistent actions matter enormously. A weekly phone call, an invitation for a short visit, help arranging, transport, or introductions to local resources can change a life. Listen to elders without judgment, validate their feelings, and resist the urge to fix immediately. Often what is needed most is presence and the knowledge that someone cares enough to ask, "How are you, really?" For family members who live far away, technology allows frequent check-ins by video, shared photo albums, and virtual dinner dates where everyone eats together on a screen. Finally, hold to hope. Loneliness is a real and serious condition, but it is not a life sentence. People over 80 find new friendships, new purposes, and renewed joy every day. Many who once felt isolated learned to reach out, to accept help, and to create small rituals that filled their weeks with meaning. Your life still matters deeply, to your neighbors, to younger generations, and to the wider community that can benefit from your stories and your presence. If you ever feel overwhelmed by sadness or think you might harm yourself, seek immediate help. Call your doctor, reach out to emergency services, or contact a trusted friend immediately. There is no shame in asking for help. It is wise, brave, and life-saving. Professionals, volunteer organizations, and crisis lines are there because human beings deserve care at every stage. These 6 realities, circles shrinking, mobility, and health changes, emotional complexity, shifting family dynamics, practical planning needs, and the deep health impacts of loneliness, are not meant to scare you. They are meant to inform and arm you with options. Accepting these truths allows you to take steps that protect your health, preserve your dignity, and enrich your days. Start small, be gentle with yourself, and lean on community wherever possible. Your 80-plus years are full of value and potential. With understanding, planning, creativity, and a willingness to reach out, you can make your later years a season of connection, meaning, and quiet joy. You know, life after 80 isn't easy, but it's still life, full of moments worth living for. If you've ever felt the weight of loneliness or the ache of missing someone, please remember this: you are not forgotten. Every story you carry still matters. Every memory you share still teaches. And every small act of reaching out can change someone's day, maybe even their life. I'd love to hear from you in the comments. Tell me, what helps you stay strong, hopeful, or connected these days? Your story might give another person the courage they need tonight. And if this message touched your heart, please take a second to subscribe and share it with someone who might need to hear these words. Together, we can build a community where no one feels alone, no matter their age. Thank you for watching, and take care of yourself today. You've lived through so much, and there's still beauty ahead.